Before Mount Olympus ruled the sky, before thunder had a master, before the name Zeus meant power, there was fear. Not human fear, not doubt, not weakness. This was the fear of gods, and it shaped the fate of the universe. This is the story of how a child hidden in darkness rose to challenge destiny itself. At the dawn of time, the universe was ruled by the Titans. They were ancient beings, older than the Olympian gods, born from the very foundations of creation. Mountains bent beneath their steps. Oceans answered to their will. And above them all stood one ruler, Cronus. Cronus was not born a king. He became one through violence. He overthrew his own father, Uranus, seizing control of the cosmos. The universe fell silent, but fate did not. A prophecy followed Kronos like a shadow. As you have done to your father, so too shall your child do to you. These words poisoned his thoughts. Every whisper felt like betrayal. Every moment of peace felt temporary. Cronus believed strength could defeat destiny. He was wrong. Power can rule worlds, but it cannot erase fate. When his wife Rhea gave birth, Cronus did not celebrate. He acted. He swallowed his child whole. Not from hunger, but from fear. And then again. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon. 5 children, 5 future gods, consumed before they could cry for help. Rhea screamed in grief. The universe remained silent. With every loss, Rhea's sorrow turned to resolve. When she became pregnant for the 6th time, she made a decision that would change everything. She would not surrender another child. She fled far from Cronus's reach to the island of Crete. Hidden within a mountain cave, she gave birth to a son. His name was Zeus. This child was not born to rule quietly. He was born to end an age. Rhea returned to Cronus carrying a bundle, but inside the cloth was not a child. It was a stone. Blinded by paranoia, Cronus swallowed it without hesitation. He believed the prophecy was defeated. In truth, destiny had just taken its first breath. Zeus was raised in secrecy. The sacred goat Amalthea fed him. Nymphs guarded him. The curettes clashed their shields to hide the sound of his cries. As Zeus grew, so did his strength. But more importantly, so did his understanding. He learned of his siblings. He learned of Cronus's fear. And he learned what must be done. This was not vengeance. This was justice. When Zeus returned to face his father, he did not come with armies. He came with wisdom. With the guidance of Metis, a powerful potion was prepared. Cronus drank it. The effect was violent. Cronus cried out, as the gods he had swallowed were forced back into the world, one by one, alive, whole, and filled with rage. For the first time, the Olympians stood together, 6 siblings, once victims of fear, now united by purpose. Zeus spoke, not as a son, not as a rebel, but as a leader. The age of the Titans was ending. War was no longer a question. It was inevitable. The war was called Titanomachy, gods against titans, children against fathers. Mountains were torn apart, seas boiled. The sky burned with lightning. For 10 years, the universe itself trembled, and at the center of it all stood Zeus, wielding thunder, commanding the storm. Kronos faced the fate he tried to escape. He was overthrown, imprisoned, silenced. The prophecy was fulfilled, not through cruelty, but through courage. Kronos ran from destiny. Zeus faced it, and that made all the difference. From a child hidden in a cave to the ruler of Olympus. This is not just the story of Zeus. It is the story of what happens when fear loses its grip on power.